One, go. Hello people, and welcome to Outlast No Out of Bounds percent. This is one of the less broken categories in the game. The any percent run is actually 9 minutes 29 seconds or so, and this run takes on average around 40 minutes or so. So you can see that there is a little less glitches in here and a little less broken glitches. And this game is mainly about manipulating your hitboxes to do things you want to do. And I'm glad I got that, so that is a good start. That's really annoying, and you can reset on there a lot by missing the hitbox. You're supposed to raise your hitbox and grab a hold of the railings, but it's very, very easy to miss it. Right here, what I'm doing now, I call this ghosting, where I go through the door. It's basically where you make the hitbox of the door disappear, and as long as you don't interact with it again, you can continue to pass through that door. You're seeing me trying to time my jumps there so I can get a quick climb animation. There's two types of climbing animations in this game. There's a slow animation and a quick one, and as speedrunners, we always want to get quick animation. And right here, you're going to see what is essentially one of the main glitches in this game. And we call this the wall ride, and it allows us to shrink our hitbox and go through all the tiny little areas. And now we're about to meet the good guy of the game, the little pig. So this guy is actually the nicest guy in Outlast, and he's trying to protect the world from the whistleblower, the wall rider. And by doing that, he decides to rip off the heads of everybody he meets. Luckily, he didn't do that this time to us, and there is a crazy guy who's trying to release the wall rider. The priest is he's a good guy, but a bad guy in the run. And he kind of wants to keep us in here so we can witness him releasing the wall rider. And well, we don't really want to do that because the wall rider is just, he likes to kill people. Like everything in this game, liking to kill everybody, and I should have turned notifications off on my phone. That's going to get annoying. So yeah, there's a few cutscenes we cannot skip in this category because the way to skip it makes us go out of bounds. You may have thought the trick I was doing earlier was out of bounds, but it was indeed not. When you go out of bounds in this, you will either see the whole screen turn black or your character will start to fall. Like, it's very obvious, so any trick I do that looks like it's out of bounds, it is actually not out of bounds. You will be seeing me jump towards objects because it's a lot quicker to jump to any object I'm interacting with, just like this jump scare right there. You can actually skip this, but I'm not very good at clipping into the door, so it ends up taking me longer to skip it than actually just doing it this way. That's what you get for not practicing the little tricks on here. One of the reasons I really enjoy this game and running this game is because there is zero RNG. Everything you do is execution based, so if you make a mistake, it's all on you. I can't just blame the game. You're going to see me doing something that's discovered very recently there, which was an animation cancelling. Anything that you can press or swipe, you can cancel with just crouching, so it speeds up everything. I did ask the runners the people who root this game are very dedicated, and I asked them to find a glitch for me for ESA, and they found two glitches. That was one of them, which saves roughly, it's about 10 to 12 seconds over the entire run. And then there's another very, very big one that saves around 2.5 minutes, but it's very precise, so hopefully we get it. So yeah, Chris is going to be stalking us around. Whoa! Okay, I almost messed that up. So what I do then is I make my hitbox go into the door, and when Chris hits the door, it moves the hitbox into me, and that allows me to clip through Chris so I don't have to avoid him. Night vision, because every good horror game needs night vision. When I go through doors like this, you may not notice the glitch, but I'm actually using the ghost technique here to give me a little bit of speed, so I'm not interacting with the door. Now we got the big scary guy. I hated this guy on my casual playthrough, but we can just go by him. Then the ghost glitch is very, very good for certain sections. You can only do this on the PC, on the PS4, and yeah, the PS4 it's been patched, so anyone who wants to run this game on the PS4 will have to do this section very different, and you'll have to watch a few of the cutscenes. So yeah, once again, I'm jumping into objects because it is quicker. The reason we don't do jump after jump for movement is because only the first phase of the jump is actually fast. The other phases have a speed demodifier that slows you down. There's two methods to actually get through this door. There's the one I did then, and there's the clipping. No one really has timed it to check what is best because speedrunners can be lazy sometimes. And now we're going to introduce the first save and exit. My laptop is very slow at this. So this allows some parts, they get a save trigger that happens, but the save trigger spawns you in a different area. I think we do this 2 times in the run. Maybe it's another. I'll know by muscle memory. I don't actually know things in advance. Everything I do is by muscle memory. So this is the room that the priest brought us in. And because he wants to protect us and get us deeper into the, well, the asylum, but I like to call it the prison, just like this area is called. I'm going to be doing a glitch here that saves like 0.1 seconds. Because a lot of the, if I can get the corner, hey, you, there's the corner. Or he's going to be, ha, okay, never mind. Stupid corner. So normally I can clip into this wall here, so I don't have to wait until that door opens. I can just, as soon as it starts opening, I can run through. So I'm going to try and get the quick climb here. Scary, scary guy there. That guy catches a lot of people. My favorite glitch in the game here, just look behind to run across ledges. I have no idea how that works. I'm guessing the look behind shrinkens the hitbox once again, because every trick in this game is basically about your hitbox manipulating. So where you look, you're crouching. I can't run upstairs today. I didn't really get much practice on my laptop because it kind of broke. My BIOSes reset themselves and I couldn't load. And I only got it fixed just when I got to ESA, so that was fun. So I haven't really had much practice on my laptop. And if anyone is familiar with using different keyboards and that, well, it's very different and it takes a while to get used to. That guy always hits you. I've never ever been able to get by him. I've seen people manipulate his AI, but I haven't learned how to do that yet. That's on the to-do list of learning. There's the Penis Brothers right there. We'll be seeing a lot of them throughout the run. And there's been no way of finding out how to skip these ledges here, so we have to do slowly across. We can skip this area if we go out of bounds, but because I'm doing a no out of bounds run, well, we're not allowed to do that, which is a shame, because the skip for this is actually really cool. If you want to see it, you should watch the All Chapters run or the 100% run, and you can find those on the speedrun leaderboards. That guy needs to not lose his head. Always losing his head. I tell him every single time, but he's just like, nope. And now we're going to meet the Penis Sword. Hopefully he doesn't kill me today. This guy has a habit of just deciding he wants to kill you. So we're going to introduce a juking mechanic here, where I want him to swing, and my thing decided not to jump back. Awesome. This is going to be good. As I say, this is just because of lack of practice on this keyboard. I don't really know how it responds to things. I'm going to do it a little slower. Hey, Venus. Are you going to do it? Come on, boy. Come at me. There we go. There we go. So when he swings his sword, I get like 5 seconds of free time where he won't attack me at all. Luckily, there's a lot of save triggers here, so in case something like that happens, I don't have to deal with it. We got a nice little skip there, so by ghosting, it allows me not to go through here, and I can actually activate this trigger by going another way. So I can run there, activate the trigger, and then I can just go straight through the window. I'm really worried that my back jump didn't work properly there, that I'm going to have issues with a door climb, but fingers crossed that it works. Fingers crossed. So yeah, our main character, Miles, he has a habit of falling from tremendous heights. You'll see it throughout the run. He's got a very durable body. And guess who stalked us down here? You guessed it. We got Mr. Chris, who is about to fall. There we go. Hope you can hear him. Little pig. Little pig. Luckily, he's easy to get away with from. When you first play this game and he comes, you kind of don't know where to go and you get very scared. But as a speedrunner, the enemies in this game are really not a problem at all. So once again, jumping into objects. because it's quicker than just running. See, I'm a little worried about the glitch coming up here. Hey, little guy, how you doing? Doors that are open are quicker to ghost through than doors that are closed. I'm hoping I get this first try. It may take us a couple tries. It's going to take me a couple tries. GG. So what I'm trying to do, my forward key is not working. So yeah, so what I'm trying to do is manipulate the hitbox by clipping into the door as it's coming open. There we go, and up we go. Hopefully Superman jump doesn't cause issues because of that. That allows me to skip very slow ledge sections with a little cinematic that tries to scare you. Hey, Wall Rider. All these blood messages that you see on the wall were actually left by the priest to give you clues on where to go. And there's a glitch coming up that I only get one attempt at. So hopefully I get it. So if I come across, if I can't crouch, I got the first part of it. Let's see if I can get the second. This looks out of bounds, but it's not out of bounds, according to the people who found that glitch. So what that allows me to do then is I don't have to crawl. My hitbox from doing that gets tiny enough that it allows me just to run through the tunnel instead of crawling. And look who's here again. Hey, big guy. That guy, man. He will not leave me alone. Will not leave me alone. So on this section, you have to lower the water. What's going on over there? Hopefully you guys can't hear the rustling like I can. Hey Chris, I'm going to try and duke him, which I did. Let's say he's a little fraction so he doesn't hit you. He will not kill you with the first hit he does, but he will kill you with the second, even on all difficulties. I am running this on normal difficulty just because it saves checkpoints. I could run it on hard and it wouldn't really make a difference. If you run it on insane, what happens is it doesn't save any checkpoints, and I'm going to be doing a save and exit here. And this will spawn me at the start of the level so I don't have to dodge. And Chris again, and now probably one of the hardest tricks in the game. This little ladder thing. We don't like climbing down ladders because it's real slow. So I'm going to get a setup and hopefully that should be good. There we go. It allows me to jump down. And what happens is I take damage halfway down. And it's just enough height where it doesn't kill you. And the rest of the fall makes you not take damage. So in like every horror game I've ever played, we get a sewer section, and that is one of the sewer sections. We'll be back there in a minute because you know how horror games love to give you a good sewer to run through because it's oh so scary. So scary. It kind of is with this game, however, because especially if you use the battery a lot and you run out of battery, this game is very, very different when you have low battery. It's very good at getting that type of atmosphere. Hopefully I'm not going to mess up this little jump. When I was first running this game, that little trick there is the easiest trick in the game to avoid that ladder fall, but I would catch it every single time. Have no idea how it would happen, but every single time I would catch that. So yeah, the good old sewers. I will be doing camera a lot more than a lot of the other runners do, just because I like making people see what's in front of them. Like this hit up. There may be nothing you guys can't probably see in here, but I like giving people a view. So we're going to go into a big water section now. And water slows you down, so I'm going to be jumping through the water. It's quicker. There's two different types of jumping speeds you can do. You can either span jump, which makes you do short little bunny hops, and that lose speed each time, or you can do slow jumps. Well, I say slow jumps. It's still going to look quick when I do it, but it's going to look... Well, but they are slow because of the pause that we do. So we kind of wait till he lands until we press spacebar, and we get the longest distance possible there. We're going to meet our favourite guy in a second, Mr. Chris. This section here is a nightmare if you don't notice that little glow. And nobody looks around in horror games, so you just run around like a madman. Little pig. And there we go. And now what is kind of a maze section, but isn't a maze. Because everything's quite linear in this game. If you have a look at it, you can't get past this guy. Oh, almost. There's a myth in the Discord of Outlast which says that there was a runner, a legendary runner, who was able to get by that guy without getting hit. And once he did that, he vanished from the face of the earth. I would like to meet that runner and find out how, because getting hit by that guy takes away a lot of time. There's a cool little trick here on 100% and all chapters where you have to do some very precise jumps and go through the ceiling to end up where I'm going, so it avoids having to do all this pushing here. This is a little section that just teaches you about pushing, because when we meet the doctor, that is very important to be able to survive him. It's also very good at creating tension in this game. I think that's one of the best things that Outlast does is create a lot of tension around the run. Well, around the casual playthrough, especially if you allow yourself to be scared, so you don't play this game jokingly. Have to do a certain way in getting up there, otherwise it's very slow. So if you climb from the side of the bed, you get a very slow climbing animation onto the bed, and then you get a slow. Let's see if this is actually going to work here. Oh, I got stuck inside it. Sometimes you just get stuck. If you angle if you angle your camera when you drop, you shouldn't get stuck and you should be able to move. But every now and then, like, you'll either angle too quickly or not fully sure what happens, but you get stuck inside. Like, as I say, if you go on Discord, and there's a lot of people who know, you can find the Discord channel by going into the speedrun.com Outlast forums, and there'll be a link, and everyone's welcome, especially if you're planning on running this game. You can find a lot of help and a lot of tutorials. Like the Outlast, considering this is like a horror game, the Outlast community is like one of the friendliest communities. Ah, crap, I did. In-game time strats then. If you jump and fall there, it spawns you in front, and this game is ran in-game time, which removes the loads. That's slower RTA and much quicker in-game time. So RTA is from start to finish, no timer pausing, but in-game time takes away all the loading that happens. And I've got in-game time muscle memory and in-game time. The guy did this. I'm not sure if you can actually hear what the people are saying, but I've got one of my favorite quotes that guy says, and that is, there is more than one way to fuck a cat. And now we're going to meet one of the best characters in Outlast, our friendly doctor right here. Oh, we did make the right choice. We did make the right choice. So at the end, this cutscene is about 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes, and at the end there is some very graphic things. So I advise people not to watch that section if you got a queasy stomach.
Let's take a break, huh, buddy?
The old two martini lunch? Nah, not a martini drinker. Too salty for me. Always. That could be another drink. I always get my martinis confused with another drink. So this is Dr. Traeger, and he is actually not a doctor. He is, I was looking at the lore, so I had something to talk about with him. This doctor here is one of the CEOs, and he's kind of gone a little crazy when the experiments were done on him. You can see the craziness that happens. They're called variants, and the variants don't really have any self-control. You can see him running, chasing, trying to kill me. And you can see, ooh, he's going to tease us now. You can tell a good boss who's trying to tease us. Nah, I don't like the rain, buddy. No, do not like the rain. That's one thing I was expecting in Sweden, rain. People told me this was going to be raining, and I come here, just like England, a massive heat wave, and 20-minute walk in the heat from the hotel to the event. Ugh, it's torture, man, just like this guy's going to do to us. But yeah, as I was saying, this guy's not a doctor. He's had an experiment done on him, and it's turned him crazy into a variant. He's got a little more self-control than the other variants, which is showing his calm demeanor here. But when we escape, spoiler alert, we're going to escape from the doctor. He's not going to kill us. You can see his variant side come out. Walking through here, you can see his other victims, what have happened here. You can kind of see what's happened with a few of the body parts that happened. And mentioning the tongue here. He does go through a process. You see it in Whistleblower, where he cuts out the fingers, he cuts out the tongue, and then he cuts off the penis. I think he's jealous of people. I don't know why. The guy from the back looks like he'd be pretty big. One little thing that I noticed around here with the graphics is that if you have a higher quality, around here is so many maggots. Hey you. Home movies, eh? Anyway, let's enjoy this conversation now. It's one of my favorite conversations of the run. Hopefully you can hear it. If you can't, it's just going to be very, very awkward if I stare into the screen.
You know, I'm a bit worried how much time you've been spending with Father Martin. I hope you haven't been letting him confuse you with all his
Bible thumping.
Thou Bible thumping.
You better be spamming it,
No
Twitch.
offense to the man, but I sometimes worry he might just be a little bit crazy.
That's a sharp knife, man.
It's understandable. If people get scared, there's like to turn to God.
So yeah, you got about 30 seconds to look away.
We're on to a more concrete path now. You have to rob Paul to pay Peter. There's no other way. Murder is the simplest form, but what happens when all money's gone?
Well, that's when I'm here.
And that's what I'm
Favorite line in the game from him there.
Make
So yeah, I advise you to look away if you get queasy. And slap.
Don't pass that on me.
See, that seems a bit extreme to me, that slap. Fingers are fine, but the slap's disrespectful. Disrespectful and mean.
There. Better, right?
It's okay, I'll get my revenge. I'll have my last laugh.
This thing is gonna
It's not over, by the way. If you don't like vomit, look away now. This guy, well, got to escape from here first. Forgot about that. So it doesn't really matter how quick you wiggle your mouse here. It's always going to be a set speed. And he won't escape until you actually start wiggling as well. So you can sit in the chair for like 20, 30 minutes if you want to, if you need to recover from that incident. Okay, I'm back to control. Once again, I'm going to be doing a glitch that saves like 0.2 seconds. This time I'm not going to fail. Whoops, or maybe I am. This does not bode well. So far, that was the easy part of the run. Everything starts getting a little harder once Traeger dies. Like all the precise, there's very long wall rides and very accurate jumps I gotta do. There's also a new trick that's been introduced that saves about 3 minutes, and until about 5 days ago, there wasn't really any good references for it. So fingers crossed that I get it right. Be quiet. I can probably fail it about 2 times, and I should be okay, but you never know. So this is one of the scarier sections of the run when you're first playing this game, because you don't know what you're doing, and you don't really know to push this away, and you don't know where to go. And Traeger has kind of lost his temper. He's kind of turned into one of the variants now. It's like when he sees you, he just goes completely mad and crazy. And you know what we do to mad and crazy people? If I don't mess it up, we lock them in the room and tell them to stay there because they are grounded. Stupid Traeger. Like, I wish I knew that when I first played this game. It would have made it so less scary. So that door, when they turn variant, they don't know how to open doors again. They're so mad with rage that they just knock the doors down. So that is one of the easiest ways to tell who has control of their mind and who has completely lost it. So yeah, so we think we escaped him, but we're still aiming for the lift. So the story of this game is basically you got an email and you have been told that there's been some things that shouldn't be happening here and you want to report it. So you come here and you meet Chris, who throws you down, and then you're mainly focusing on escaping. So everything I'm doing now is to try and get outside, and things just keep going wrong. Like, we get close and close, and then things keep happening and we get tricked. For example, we think we'll be okay here, but we won't. And did you know the main character has the reflexes of a ninja? As you'll see here. Hi-ya! See, I don't know why he doesn't fight him when he's got the ninja reflexes. So this is the revenge, what happens when someone cuts off your fingers. I think this is an appropriate revenge. So yeah, now the next, like, what is it, 7 minutes of the run is where things can go very, very bad very, very quickly. It's kind of annoying that it's so far into the run, all of these things, because you have to watch that cutscene every single time you're doing it. So this section here is going to look out of bounds, but we're still within the map, and we never once leave the map as long as I don't make a mistake. I could show you at the end of this little trick what out of bounds looks like, but I'm not going to. I have a section where I will show you exactly what out of bounds looks like, and please, got it, there we go. That was one of the harder tricks for me to learn when I first started doing this. I would get the timing wrong. I have to do a save and quit here once this saves loads, because this level hasn't actually loaded, and it will not load until I save and quit. So if I walk through, I will just fall through the ground until I die, and then it will respawn me here. So this is the courtyard, and we're going to be skipping most of the courtyard. This is where the majority of the skips actually are in the game for this category. The any % category, you will never see this part. And the all chapters, I don't think you see this part. Where am I going? I got distracted by the wall rider. So this is one of the scarier tricks, because you need to stay in. These walls really enjoy trying to throw you out. So we actually jump against the walls. I got the first corner good. I shouldn't, if I'm just running against this, then there's a very high chance of making you come out. So if you're speed running this game and you want to YOLO, the quickest way is to actually run. And okay, I got it first try. That was one of the scariest sections there. I'm hoping I don't get a mouse bug here. Sometimes my mouse on right this section here, it likes to change the DPI, and I didn't get it, and it makes the next like 2-3 minutes really, really awkward. Very awkward. So we're going to be meeting Mr. Chris again, because he has like the best tracking skills ever. I don't know how he does it and how he finds us and how he even moves around this place like he does. But yeah, there he is, and we're just going to juke him here, and up we go. I'm going to be trying a ledge skiff. I'm only going to, whoopsie daisy, never mind. I may have pressed the wrong button then, don't mind me. I got it, I got it. So what we do there, I have to land on the corner of the ledge and look behind me on almost the same frame, and that allows me to just run across the ledge like it's not there. We're going to be doing the abusing of the characters hitting there for the 5-second delay by making him swing and hit us, and then we can crawl through there without our feet getting grabbed. So this is the section that I was really debating if I was going to do it the intended way or with the new glitch. The new glitch here is very precise, and if you mess it up, you lose about 50 seconds. So I'm going to give it a couple tries. I can do it, I can fail twice and be okay. So fingers crossed. I'm going to be actually back in this section if things go well and cutting through the door. So yeah, this is called the female ward skip, and it starts off with a very, very long wall ride right here. Got to be very precise around these corners. I'm going to take it a little slower because I am very tired than I would, because I don't want to be coming out and having to go back. Come up round the bin. There's a hitbox there that with no object in. I think they forgot to put a pipe in there. So this jump here, everybody has a different reference so far if I can get in. Everybody has a slightly different reference, and hopefully mine's gonna work. Okay, that's the first part. Okay, I didn't mess up that part. First try, this saves around 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, don't mess up the next section. Round we go. Okay, good. Thank you for that. That is so scary doing that. That is so scary. Just like this guy. So scary. That guy, when I was first running this game, I completely forgot about him every single time, and I'd get a little jump fright. It was so annoying. This is the part where we lose our camera, but we still have a camera, so I kind of like to look at it and mock the camera and be like, hey, how you doing there? The lost camera. How are you doing? Hey, scary guys. Why scary guys? But yeah, I really love scaring my viewers with that jump scare there. Because even people who have seen this game 20, 30 times, when they watch it casually, they forget about the guy. And so I can give them some lovely jump scares. It's a shame this has been found because the previous section's actually pretty interesting to do quickly when you know what you're doing, and it has some cool jumps in it. But we don't get to see them, and you know what, I don't really miss it that much because I prefer my speedruns to be as short as possible in terms of optimization. And so that is one of the optimizations. I got one more hard trick to do now. This next trick is the killer of runs. Whoa, I forgot about that. Don't mind me. Not this one. This one's called the leap of faith. If I can wait and I jump too early, you can actually cancel that stumbling animation there if you jump at the very last frame. But you can't really do that. It seems I'm on camera right there. Smile. So once again, I'm jumping towards objects. This is just a nice calm section here now. You've had all that running, you had all that scariness. They decided to just give you a little calm section. And there's again Mr. Chris. So yeah, this next trick I'm going to be doing is called the theater skip. And it is definitely one of the harder runs to do. There's many, many, many precise things that you have to do. And there's many ways for it to go wrong. And you can also soft lock the game here as well if you mess up. So you'd have to, luckily the way this game saves is, you're going to see once I land and open this door, in the bottom left, there's going to be a saving that pops up. This game only uses an autosave feature, and with each chapter, it makes sure that, this wall rides. Yeah, with each chapter there's like 6 or 7 autosave spots. On that corner, sometimes it can throw you out of bounds. It's completely random. I tried showing some people that, and it just wouldn't work for me. You're not coming. You're going to stay right there. Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing? Okay, the annoying jump. Typical. Typical. This is one of the parts that costs people time where it just does, your hitbox doesn't want to grow again. Oh, I got on it, but it came off. He's doing it again. Yeah, this is why this part is the run killer sometimes. So you get on it, and now you got to be very... I'm going to take this slowly. I would take this quicker if I was doing a real run, because if I fall off, I can just reset. And around we go. We have to go over to the right so this doesn't close, and that skips the entire library section, which is very, very long. We can also skip watching this guy die by just ghosting through the door here. So yeah, normally, so if you was doing this game on the PS4, you'd have to watch Father Martin die, and we do not like doing that. Hey Penis guys, how you doing? So yeah, as long as we don't interact with this door, we can actually come through here. How you doing? You doing good? Yeah, he's gonna die. Nice penises, by the way, and I'll see you later. So yeah, there's a lot of penises in this game. Those guys are actually on Father Martin's side and wanted to protect you. But they got bored and decided, you know what, we'll kill him instead. Giant shadows. This game does shadows weird. Fun fact about this game, they actually didn't put a model on your head. So if you was to look in a third-person view, you would have no head. So to make there be a head in here, they've done some trickery. Also, look how big I am. There we go, even bigger. Who could mess with this guy? How about we get real tiny? Yeah. So you actually get tricked here. Father Martin tricks you and sends you down to the bottom here to release the wall rider. This is one of the more straightforward sections now. There's a lot of running, and we got to listen to a guy in a wheelchair speaking. It's also one of the sections where you can tell who the really good runners are from the really bad runners here by the way the movement. Like, people can have, this is just normal straightforward, but people can have differences within like 9 and 10 seconds apart just by how their movement is working. I'm going to be doing, or at least I'm going to attempt to do a glitch and show everybody what out of bounds looks like while the guy is speaking. Unless well, no, I won't be on PB pace. I was aiming for a PB pace run today, but my run has gone on, well, this ESA delays has made me a lot tired than I wanted to be, and no practice. Because I haven't had a clean run yet with the new strats, so very, very disappointed. This is where we get to meet the wall rider, and the wall rider becomes our main enemy, the scary guy. The wall rider you can't actually see unless he's right on you or you're looking in your night vision. You can actually just walk off those edge there and you go the same speed. And the last time we meet Chris Walker, You was a very good guy. Keep trying to kill me and sending me in the right direction, I guess. He helps. Luckily, people think that the Wall Rider was actually trying to save you here, but the only reason he helps is because Chris actually got in his way. So the Wall Rider is chasing you, and you are able to get behind Chris, so instead of killing you, he kills the big guy there. And he kills him very brutally. He made like the giant guy who has superhuman strength look like a little baby. So I'm going to try and clip through this door. It's a very precise jump that does lose its time. You can do this in 100%. Let me see. Let me out. Okay, see if I can get out. Hey, let me out, buddy. Let me out. Come on, you can do it. Come on. If I can get out, I can show you the damn out of bounds. He's not going to let me, is he? Oh, have I got it? Oh, I haven't. Damn it, we'll just go play in the blood then. That's a shame. That is a shame. As I say, it's real precise. So if you mess this up in 100%, you actually lose about 40 seconds or so. So we got to listen to Mr. Wheelchair Guy speak. I'll just play in the blood and listen out for a keyword that he says. I find it real clever how they kept... So if you notice around any type of weapon that you can use that is sharp, they take away from you or dangerous, like these guns here. They made them nice and bent, every single one of them, so you can't use. Also, nice body here. I used to play the game of guessing the organs and trying to practice, but yeah, that got a bit boring. So instead, I changed my mind and decided to play in the bloods. He's basically trying to give you some backstory, but it doesn't really make sense what he's saying. Like, the only real way to get the story in this game is to read all of the documents that you collect, as well as the notes you take while doing this here. Good old Prometheus in the background there. If you don't know that story, Google it. It's an interesting Greek mythology. There we go. Whoops, I didn't hear the sound of him saying, "Oh, let me through, damn it." Nah. If I would have heard my reference point, I would have been at that door already and not wasting like 1 or 2 seconds. So there's just a few more things to do now in the run. I've got to go turn off both bells and avoid the scary Wall Rider right there. The Wall Rider can chase you through anything but these decontamination doors. So that is why you notice they're kind of spotted around the map. These little doors just come through here. These little doors here are jotted around the map because he can't pass through this area. And if he did, this would, for some reason, mess up the nanobites. Because that thing is made out of little nanobites. It's just technology that is happening, that the guy we're about to kill has figured out how to control in his lucid dream state. Weird underground lab. Alley-oop. Yep, that's going to get people started. Everyone loves me saying alley-oop on my channel. Alley-oop party boy. Isn't that right, Twitch? Isn't that right? So yeah, so there's one more trick that we're going to be doing. We call it the Superman jump. It's at the next valve. We're going to have to go up the 1,000 steps. If anyone is familiar with Final Fantasy VII, and if you remember going into the building with the million steps, it's kind of like that, but less long, luckily. There's only one section you can actually jump over here, and luckily it allows us to land on these, where we can jump off and get quite a bit of speed. So that ends up working out pretty nice. That happens in a lot of speedruns where things just seem to work out nicely in our favor. It's like the developers thought, you know what? They're going to do that. Speedrunners will do that, so we're going to put it in there. That's the guy we're about to kill. That lovely guy in there. His name is Billy. And he is like 22 or 23. And when you go close to him, he looks more around the age of 50. So yeah, that's a lot of steps right there. I mean, that character's definitely going to get a nice bum from doing all this running and running up the stairs and all the jumping over objects. Definitely a nice bum. I'm actually taking these stairs not as quickly as I should be, because I just don't want to be bumping against the sides. I'm a little too tired to be very precise, which is not going to go well for the Superman jump, but I'll try it. Whoa. But yeah, as you can see, we'll try it because it's one of the cool tricks that you can do. And it doesn't really lose that much time failing it either. So once again, contamination room, so the wall rider can't get in. And he just gives up when he sees you. He likes to lose his track of you. Going up here is quicker. We get our electrocution, and then we begin the Superman jump. Fingers crossed that it goes well. Sometimes, like this is real easy to do. Ah, he's doing it. As I say, sometimes it trolls me, and it's really annoying, but whatever. I'll give it a few attempts, and then we'll just go the other way. There we go, I got the first heart, and I missed it. You know what, I'm too tired to do that, so we'll just run around. Feels bad, man, it feels bad. So what is supposed to happen, you're supposed to do 4 very precise jumps, and you'll jump towards the bridge, and the wall rider will actually catch you in midair. You're going to see me when I jump across, the wall rider will catch me. It's a very small time save, it's like 15 seconds or so. But yeah, when you jump here, he'll catch you in midair, and it looks very fun with the Superman. Very, very fun. So the rest of this run is slightly very slow movements. Once I jump down and press the button, I got around like 2 minutes left. So get all your donations in, people, so we can get that donation going up, and maybe we can have some donation reading right at the end. I'm going to try and attempt full and cancel. There we go, I got it. You have to be very precise there. And the final, well, not the final trick. There's one more trick we do that allows us to skip some slow falling animation. Goodbye, Billy. Hello, Wall Rider. He's finally caught us. Our main character had 0 luck in this game. 0 luck with enemies. But at least he gets to film this. Or does he? I forget. I forget. So yeah, so the Wall Rider's host is now dying, and he needs a new host ASAP. So he jumped straight into us. And because we are mobile, the Wall Rider can now actually escape the building, which I believe is what Outlast 2 is about, which should be coming out in a few months. And everyone asked if I'm going to run it, and maybe if the game is good. All depends on how fun the game is and how fun the speedrun is. If it's anything like the any % category of this, then the answer is no. So instead of going up the stairs, we can do one final climb right here. And that skips the animation here of falling down and being in pain. There's no way of skipping this animation right here. So what you'd see down there is actually here, where he wastes like 10, 15 seconds right here. And we're going to have time in about 25 seconds or so. So if people want to get ready, and we can get started. So yeah, it's very slow walking. It's very tense because nobody really knows how long this takes. I think runners haven't timed it just so they can get some hype going, because it's very likely that you PB. Like I've had 3 PBs in this run, no joke, that I PB by 0.1 second, and time in now. Ugh. Whew, that didn't go as bad as I thought it was going to go. So I'm happy. So yeah, I hope everybody